Mm, I think I have everything. Okay. So the run restart in 3, 2, and go. I'm not gonna go for fast routes or anything. I'm just gonna do as I would do in marathons, except the route. Let's go. So of course, Mega, ESA colors, of course. So again, this is 1%. So I need to complete all the 93 levels. I think that's the good count. Without taking damage. I have to collect everything, paints, sticks, birds, and I have to beat all the master times. So I have to get master grade. These times are not directly shown to the screen, but I have them on my splits, just in case. Just to check quickly if I beat them all. Of course it's happy. There's no damage boost or anything. That's the superior category. Kururin approved. So since we mustn't take damage, there's no damage boost or anything like that, but there's still a fair amount of tricks that you can go for, especially with these pink zones, which are called hurt zones. You can hit walls within them, you don't take any damage, so this is very important. Set up your rotation as well as these springs. Not only you can change the way you rotate, like clockwise or counterclockwise, you can also use them to speed up your rotation. Yeah, see how I was using the wall and the starting zone. The starting zone, you don't take any damage in the starting zone as well. So I have a setup for every level and everything. There's no RNG in this game. There's a couple things that are cycle based. I'm gonna touch upon this later. We'll have such levels. Like the earlier levels don't have any cycle based mechanics. Makes them simpler to handle. But still, there are some master times that are pretty difficult to beat, especially this one. Yeah, see here, I was only like 2/10 of a second off the master time. So usually the way to have more leeway with the master times is to skip those cycles. As typically a cycle is a 180 degree, which is what you have to wait before you can engage. time, and it's about 3 seconds long. So every time you save a cycle, you save about 3 seconds. This is one hard level as well, because I really need to skip a cycle. There's 2 ways to skip a cycle in this level, and both are quite difficult, so I hope I'm not gonna get hit. Okay, I got it. So what makes this cycle skip very difficult is that you have to grab the paint at the same time. And this is pretty typical, like, for a lot of levels, like, that you have to meet all the goals in a single playthrough. Like, you really want to complete every level only once. Some of the goals are really not compatible with each other. For example, when you have to grab all the extra stuff, you have to, say, make some detours, get out of the main path, and it takes time. You lose precious time, and it makes some of the master times way more difficult than intended. This is especially true in the shorter levels, where you don't have many opportunities to skip cycles. But it's not the case of this level. The main difficulty of this level is to actually not get hit, because it's a fairly long level with a lot of narrow paths, and it's really easy to get lost. For example, the way down is a trap. There's no way to go this way without taking damage. So instead I go there. Alright, cave. Put the baby sphere, not too difficult. But I have to pay attention here. Okay. So now, this is where I'm gonna get in trouble, probably. Because Cave 2 is like one of the worst levels in the entire game, I'd say. Because there's springs everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I really mean everywhere. Which makes this level pretty unpredictable. And I hate unpredictable stuff. Okay, it took me some time, but I'm still within the master time, and I did not take damage, so that's good. First try Cave 2 is not always a good thing, believe me. You really don't want to get stuck in Cave 2. Okay, so you see that there's a lot of springs in Cave 3, but I'm not hitting anyone, because a lot of these springs are actually traps, evil traps put by the devs. Because if you're turning clockwise, then there's no way to complete the level. Alright, so this is one of the hardest stages, and one of the shortest, because there's only one way to skip a cycle. And I really need to skip a cycle to beat the master time. And the way to skip this cycle is terrible. Extremely precise. So I have to... It's gonna take me a couple of tries. There we go. And the master time is pretty tight as well. I skip a cycle and yet I'm just half a second better than the master time. Crawlon 2 is kind of the same kind of levels, slightly easier maybe, with practice. Like, Cloud on 1 is always a nightmare, but Cloud on 2 gets easier and easier with time and practice. On the contrary, Cloud on 3 is just very long and very technical. So I have my own route, because there's very aggressive strats that you could go for in this level, but I'm not gonna go for them. Okay, that was unfortunate. I missed the bird, and I really don't want to miss the bird. It would just cost me too much time, and I would not be able to beat the master time. So let's just reset right now. So yeah, my route in Cloud on 3 is actually a compromise. So it's a safer route. Yeah, it's a safer route, but as a consequence, there's a slight chance that I'm not gonna beat the master time. So what you can see right now, these kind of chokes, is typically what happens in a 100% Kuru Kuru Kururin run. Like, this is really a brutal speedrun, because whenever you make a mistake at the end of the level, you lose a bunch of time and have to start again, like from the very beginning of the stage. Like, if you hit just one wall, then it's over, and you can just keep losing time as what's happening right now. As long as it happens in only a few levels, then it should be fine with the final estimate, like 45 minutes. There we go, finally. Like, we really have to pay attention to the smallest detail. Don't worry, like, I've put a ton of practice, and I'm not stressed at all. I don't feel any pressure. I'm fine. I'm totally fine with this game now. It took me some time, but now I'm all the more ready to do it in marathons. It's just disappointing, though, to get stuck in the same level over and over again. But you know, sometimes there's nothing much to do. Like, there's like a little problem in your setup, and you have to figure it out. It takes a lot of time to go back to where you choked in this category. Nah, I'm fine. My goal was not to PB, but to practice this game on emulator. So I'm gonna go there. It's a shortcut. It's not too difficult. Yeah. See? Everything's fine. Well, now the hard stuff is coming. 1, 2, 3. So remember when I was talking about hitting walls in third zones? Well, I'm gonna use this strat in nearly every level now, because we are in cycle-based levels. So we start mission 2 by actually doing nothing. We're already in a good cycle. Okay. I was a bit late, but I still made it. Grab this and hurry there. Thank you. Little tap. Go there. Yeah, it's really close. I really love Mission 2 for this reason. But the problem is that if I make a mistake, it's almost certainly at the very end, and it sucks because it's like 30 seconds lost. But hey, that's the category, you know. So yeah, again, kind of precise setups in Mission 3. I got hit because I went down too early. It's really stupid because there's no reason to go down early, to be honest. You just have to wait. See, you just have to wait. But here, I really need to go right fast, otherwise I'm gonna get hit by this spike wall. Yeah, I need to take the burn. Because remember, we're in 100%, you have to collect everything. Nice, like the first cycle. Okay, we're good. That was only one reset. Mission 3. Again, using springs to speed up rotation. And this is actually very important for this part. See how tight this is? And then I should be all good for the rest of the level with 1, 2 taps. And then I just have to go through the rest of the level. You see that these cannons are not shooting. Again, there's no RNG, everything is cycle based. If you do the same thing is gonna happen every time. Now the hard stuff is coming. Ghost Castle 2 and Ghost Castle 3 are arguably the most difficult stages in the entire game. I'd say. Even more difficult than Last Long, in my opinion. Because there's a lot of stuff that you really need to get right. You have everything in this, in these levels: narrow paths, springs, cannons, spike balls, cylinders. Like really everything is here to get at you. That was way too close. Okay. Okay, I don't know how the cycle is, so I'm just gonna wait and go left. Oh, nice. Thanks. Nice. I'm just gonna wait again. Up there. Yeah. Perfect. Nice. I did not struggle too much. That's cool. See how much time I saved on my PV. Just because I did not have to restart in Ghost Castle 2. Okay. But we're not done. We're not done. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, Ghostbuster 3. Okay. Okay, cool. I got the hard stuff. So I want to hit this spring twice, because this allows me to be safe for the rest of the level. Like, I really want to be turning clockwise in this part, so that I can directly head to the goal. And there we go, last one. Nice beginning. So this is not my marathon route. Like in marathons, I would be doing last run last, like at the very end of the run, because I think that it would be way cooler for viewers to watch this at the very end. Like these very long and very stressful stages. Ending the run with challenge kind of feels off, in my opinion. Even though there's a couple cool strats in challenge, it's not as dense, as thrilling as last one, I think. Woohoo! Okay. Come on, give me that. Marathon strats, so I'll take it easy. I'm not going for PB anyway. I'm just doing an urgent run. Even though PB is free. Lol. I'm joking. It's not free, but it's accessible. Like, it's possible. It's just not my goal right now. It's like I could easily optimize it by 1 more minute, I believe. But if I want something much better than some 36, then I would have to be very grindy. Like, it's a bit more than halfway from being optimized. Like, my summer's best is in the 32 minutes. So sub 36 shouldn't be too hard. Sub 35 might be realistic, but then it's really hard to get something much better than sub 35. It's just that there's so many things that could go wrong in the 100% run. There's so many levels to get right. There's so many long levels, especially. go wrong in adventure mode. Nope, I'm not gonna go for it. Chill, chill. Yes! Nice. Like, my best possible time is telling me that it's still possible for me to PB, even though it's unlikely. Like, it's still possible, technically. Not like this, dude. Yeah, challenge. This is the name of this mode. There's a lot of very short levels with technical portions. You see, narrow paths. Like, you call them easier, but it's just that they're shorter. So if I make a mistake, then I lose less time. You see? But they're still hard in their own way. Okay? Like, what's hard is to beat the master times, especially because these levels are super short, so there's really no way to skip cycles in most of them. Nope. Yeah, you only have 2 HP, but it doesn't matter in your percent because you want to complete levels without taking damage anyway. But yeah, that's the point of challenge. It's meant to be like small challenges, as you would expect from the name of the mode. What is quite difficult about challenge is to remember everything that you have to do, because you have really little time to look at the layout of the level and remember what you have to do first. And in most of the levels, what you have to do at the beginning is extremely important, because what you want is to set up the in-game time Like right now, I really need to stay in the starting zone, because the in-game time is starting only when you leave the starting zone. This is extremely important for challenge mode. Like, you have to wait for the exact time before going. Nice! It went very well. This is one of the easiest levels. Just wait and then go. Okay. So this is cycle based. Nice. See, this is very precise. So I wouldn't say that they are easier, but rather than they are harder in their own way. It's very different from adventure mode. And I found that this is interesting, like, to have both worlds in the same run. Like, you have to be good at the game in both modes, but in different ways. That was way too close. See, I'm always beating the master times by less than a second, so there's, like, for real, very little margin. Okay, so here you can skip a cycle, but it's risky. I don't want to risk it. Oops. Okay, so this is difficult. Okay, I got it first try, cool. Oh no, not this level. Whoa! Chill, dude. Okay. Okay. Nice. No. Mm. If I say not this level, there's a good reason for it. Like, I really don't want to lose time this level. I'm super close to PB, to be honest. That's ridiculous, considering how much time I lost to Cloud 3 alone. Oh man, I hope this is the first try. Yes! So is this a master? Yeah. So there's still hope. Nice. Yeah. This strat sucks. Now I need a first try. In the very last level. Yes! I PB'd! Ah. That was so cool. I didn't expect to PB, to be honest. But yeah, that tells you that there's still a lot of time to save in my PB. As I said, it's not fully optimized, but still, it's still pretty solid. Like the end of my run was insane. I was consistently gaining time on my PB. See here, Cloud on 3. I lost 1 minute and a half. 1 minute and a half is barely the time that is separating me from sub 35. So sub 35 is definitely possible. You see that I really need not to choke anywhere. Yeah, but it's only a PB by a few seconds. And I played really well in the second part of the run. Oof. Oh my god. Okay, so let's check that I have everything. So I have the master time. You can see it with the little M next to the file name. I have all the stars in the challenge levels. I have all the collectibles. And I should have all the stars. Yeah. In adventure mode, which means that this is a valid 100% run. And as usual, we are gonna end this with the credits. Thanks emoji for the 36 bits. I don't know whenever I'm saying, you know, it's 2 AM. Yeah. Keeping your lead on the leaderboard. Yay, congrats! Wow, the end of this run. I said don't believe it. That was so good.